それでは次のセッションに参りたいと思います。ブロックチェーンの新時代を築く、現在のサイクルでチャンスをつかむを始めてまいります。この業界は常に次のトレンドやサイクルを把握することが重要ですよね。今回はインフラレイヤーの最前線でご活躍の事業者の皆様にお集まりいただきました。それではご登壇者の皆様をご紹介いたします。パーク・ソンモさん、小木久志さん、カールさん、ジャックさん、そしてモデレーターはエラード・マンさんです。Let us start the next session. Crafting new era of blockchain, seizing opportunities in the current cycle. It is crucial to stay on the top of the latest trends and cycles in this industry. We welcome leading influence layers players for this session. Now let me introduce our speakers. Somo Park, Hisashi Oki, Carl, Jack, and the moderator for today's session is Elad Mar. それではよろしくお願いいたします。Please go ahead to start your session.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming by and tuning in. Let's take a few minutes, each of us, just to tell a little bit about what you do and present yourself. The mic is yours.
So my name is Sungmo Park from Monad Labs, and what I do is APAC lead, and I am taking in charge of the whatever that is happening in the APAC region. And I'm taking care of the community side, business side, and marketing, and everything that is happening in the Monad ecosystem. Yeah, so I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Hisashi Oki. I'm Japan lead for Super Team. Japan, it's a Solana community. We're based in the Solana community in Japan. It's been only 1 month since we launched Super Team Japan. Still building a lot of still building a Super Team Japan team. Looking for new members to join. And in August, we're gonna have Super Tokyo, which is a 10 days event. So yeah, if you're interested, please let me know. And happy to be here and talk to you guys about new trend.
Hi guys, I'm Carl from Squirrel, the APAC Growth and Partnership. So I've joined the industry since 2017. So far it's a great journey. I work for crypto exchanges, VCs, and now working for Layer 2. So far so good. It's an awesome journey and happy to be here.
Hello, it's Don. Hey guys, Jack Din here from Domi Chain. I'm the founder and CEO. I have 26 years of experience doing distributed software solutions for NASDAQ, the World Bank, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and about 6 years ago, I embarked on a journey to start a layer 1 blockchain called Domi Chain. That's going to build high throughput blockchain with very high security control. So it's all about high speed, high throughput, and high security control.
Thank you guys. And my name is Elad, one of the founders and the CEO of Market Across. We're one of the most prominent PR companies in the space, also helping IVS in this event. We also have a VC called Block Builders and a Chainwire, which is a press release distribution for crypto publications. I'll start maybe by asking, since this is titled Crafting a New Era in Blockchain and Seizing Opportunities in the Current Cycle, what stage are we on in this cycle? And do we even know that? Like, are we in the end of a bull market? Are we in the beginning of like a new bull? Are we in the middle? And then what kind of opportunities do you see that it creates for you as builders, but also for retail investors and investors in general that want to find opportunities in the space?
I think in general, this stage is in the middle of the bull cycle, as most of the people were thinking. And I think although we had massive market dump yesterday. I think it's just a healthy correction, I guess. And then probably around next year, mid next year will be the peak of the bull cycle. And then I think this is a good timing for all the builders to actually actively raising before that bull market peak cycle actually hits. And also at the same time, that's why Monad Labs is also trying to invite many projects to our ecosystem, because we are trying to build a very strong and robust ecosystem, and we want to grow together. And I think this is the best timing for all of the early stage mover to settle down into one specific ecosystem. It doesn't have to be a Monad, but like any kind of ecosystem, so that they can actually build until the bull really hits. And then like people say, you build on the bear and you harvest in the bull cycle. So I think it's the right time to build. Yeah.
I also think this is, we are in the middle of the bull market. But this bull market is a little bit different from other bull markets, I think. So this is my, I think, second bull market. I've been doing crypto since 2018, 17, so it's like the first one, 2017, and the second one, 2020, the third one, I guess. We are still in the middle. And yeah, like he said, it's what we are seeing in the market today is the healthy correction, probably mostly due to Mt. Gox, which was actually based in Tokyo more than 10 years ago. But I mean, they're finally returning their coins to their creditors, and that's one of the triggers, I guess. Yeah, what I would say to focus or prioritize in this bull market, I guess, is I think it's time to start shipping the products. So we shouldn't be talking anymore about early adapter phase, but we should start thinking seriously about actually building products on the chains and getting users to use the products basically.
I think we are still at the early stage of a bull cycle. The bull's still here. It hasn't gone yet. I know the price is down bad, and I wouldn't like open any exchange app in this week. I'm just gonna let that sink in, at least for at the end of the month. So it's a little bit bumpy in the road, right? But we just need to wait for the market to absorb all the bad news, to consolidate a little bit, and we're good. But if you look into the market in a more macro sense, right? Actually, the VCs are still very, very active, and the top VCs are still investing like 4 to 5 crypto projects on a monthly basis. The money is still here. The vibe is still good. So I think so far it's still fine, still positive. I'm just a guy who gives everyone the hopium here. So yeah.
So everybody, before I think everyone thinks it's in the bull market, and I'm in 100% agreement with that statement. So as an investor, I wouldn't worry about the daily volatility. So I would focus on the long term. So there's a phrase called when in doubt, zoom out. So what you would do is look at the previous bull cycles history. So if you do look at the curve, we're probably in the phase 3 or kind of like the stage of the bull market, which means there's still like a very high parabolic phase after phase 3, which is called the phase 4. So usually in phase 4, you're going to see like, the Bitcoin price will go up like a lot in a short time frame. So this is one of those things, before it go up parabolically, you want to, kind of maybe take the opportunity to buy some Bitcoin, some other crypto if you're interested. Just trying to, fill up your bag, I would say, From a developer perspective, it's always a good time to build. So never, you never worry about the crypto market, because, crypto is here to stay, blockchain is here to stay, Web3 is not going anywhere. So we all have to just focus on, what you want to build, in the next 5-10 years. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more blockchain projects, a lot more like development, and everyone will probably be talking about blockchain, crypto, Web3 in the next 5-10 years, I think.
So it sounds like everyone's bullish all around, which is, I vote for that. I think that every cycle is a little bit different, but history kind of, until now, repeated itself in crypto. I also think that, the average crypto investor kind of looks for the builders that are kind of agnostic to the market, like you said. Like, they're seeing the opportunities in the bull market for whoever is building and being busy in the bear market. But do you think that this cycle is a little bit different than the other cycles that we've experienced? Do you think that we're maturing as an industry? Because crypto is very degen, right? And is that something that just, keeps going from cycle to cycle, or does it mature and evolve? And where do you see this cycle and also maybe the next cycle? So how do you look at that?
So in terms of the difference between last cycle, there are two things. So first of all, when we think about the retails and investor, they think this bull market is maybe their last bull cycle or last chance to make money. So they are trying to make money quickly. And probably if there were a longer term investor, this time there are maybe shorter term investor where they are ready to sell it when they reach their target price. And at the same time, there are many sector actually leading this bull cycle. But I think one of them is liquid restaking platform. And I think this can be a risk to our industry, because I'm not saying that restaking is not important and it's bad, but if there are so many leveraging protocols coming out from the restaking, I think when they are losing their leverage and, like, for example, when it gets liquidated, I think the liquidation rate will be much higher. So I think that can be a risk to a faster crash of the market. So there are many parts different, but the thing is, everyone is getting more smart compared to the last cycle. So there are many smarter builders, but at the same, there are smarter investors at the same time, and there are more airdrop hunters. So I think these all factors actually matters, and that's the difference between last bull cycle.
Yes, in this cycle, I still don't see the leading categories, who basically, attract new users. So in the previous bull cycle, we have DeFi summer and NFT booming. And the one before that, we have ICO and obviously Bitcoin craziness. But this cycle, maybe meme coins, which actually contributed a lot to Solana ecosystem, obviously. But I'm not so sure if the meme coin is the one who is going, who is keep leading this cycle. Maybe there are something that we are missing. I don't know, Bitcoin DeFi or some of the new categories that may attract new users. But I really haven't. I'm not really convinced which one will be like the leaders. But having said that, I think the regulatory environment is getting better, I think. So in Japan, obviously, the Japanese government is embracing Web3 policies, and we have a huge event like this in Kyoto, IBS Kyoto, and I guess in the States as well. Their attitudes are changing, right? I don't know which one's going to be the next president, but they may be having more friendly approach to the crypto, it seems like. So probably that can also be a supportive, factor. Yeah.
I think there's three key differentiators from this cycle to the last cycle, right? So one of them is actually the community involvement. So I don't know who invented the thing KOL round in this cycle, but this is actually a very, very genius idea. Because in the last cycle, KOLs are more likely a one-off marketing channel, right? I pay you, you make a post, you make a thread, and then that's it, end of story. But this time, we actually see there's a shift of role from a marketing channel to actually one of the investors, right? So actually, I think this is actually more like an evolvement of including a KOL to be part of the investors so that he can make more organic or like valuable content instead of like a shilling content. So that's number one. And the second thing is like the narrative shift much faster in this cycle, right? So we got LRTs at like maybe February this year, and then quickly shift to like AI, and then quickly shift to like Depend, and then back to like Solana meme coins, and then back to like base meme coin, and then back to Depend, and back to Solana. You can see like the narrative focus shift quite a lot, and that actually reflected on the on-chain data. The hot money like just follow each other from one focus to the other focus. So I think like people will start to having a sense of to fully utilize the agility of the on-chain asset liquidity. So not only like putting your money somewhere for like sitting it around for like a month, but they actually shift it on a daily basis. So which is actually, I think is a good thing and accelerate the attention-seeking market, right? And the third thing is like, I think the market vibe is actually quite positive and stickiness this time. If you look into the last cycle, if the Bitcoin like have this drastic dump in the same situation like we had yesterday, the money and the liquidity will just start outflowing. But if you look into the on-chain data, it's actually not much cash or liquidity outflowing. The money is still in the market, just a bunch of people got liquidated. Feel sorry for them, sorry for that. But people are still in the play, right? They're not looking to exit. They're not trying to off-ramp. People are still putting their asset on chain. So I think like generally the market is like people are having more faith in crypto or like the industry overall. So yeah.
So one of the main things that's different from last cycle is the ETF approval, I think. So that, because in one single day they approve like 13 ETF for Bitcoin. So that's going to drive the institutional adoption. And also like for regular investors, now you have a much easier way to put in your money into Bitcoin. So this is going to be a game changer, I think. So we're going to see increased adoption. And the approval of ETF also kind of endorse Bitcoin and crypto space. So it's not going anywhere. So once in an ETF, so we have, and so because of this, I think the market is more mature. I think, I actually started investing 2016, 2017 timeframe. I remember in one day, Bitcoin dropped like 40%. That's like pretty common stuff. So people are used to like 30, 40% like drop in a single day. But now it's like, 10% people get scared off. So why, right? So don't be scared. Because of the, ETF and everything and institutional investment is going to be probably one of the main things probably in the next couple of months, maybe next year or so. So I think we're going to, because the institutions not really, most of them are probably not still into Bitcoin yet. So I think maybe in the next couple of months, because they walk slower, right? So because they have some process. So the real institutional money is probably going to come in next, I don't know, maybe 10 months or something. So we're going to probably see some kind of FOMO eventually at some point. And as far as the developers and investors, people keep on chasing like narrative. That's kind of like the crypto fashion, right? So what we're doing is kind of like we want to understand what's the long-term value for the customer, for the users. So at Domi Chain, we don't chase like the daily kind of like, narrative by these people. We just want to build something that's going to have a long-lasting value for the end user.
I think you touched on something that's very crypto. Crypto is full of trends, right? And you said about meme coins and arguing if it's good or bad for the industry, if it fuels the next bullish trend, or is it something that kind of puts us down because it's very degen-like and it doesn't have a lot of value behind it? But you have other trends like RWAs now, or DeepIn, or AI, which is even more than a trend because AI is it's here, How are you reacting to it as a protocol? Are you agnostic to it completely? Are you feeling that you're a little bit agile in a sense that you make a different turn if you see that a specific trend is exploding? And what's your outlook on that?
There are many parts that layer one ecosystem should focus on, but most of the time layer ones are quite agnostic to the protocols that they're looking for. But by nature, specific protocols and L1s are strong compared to the other protocols. So for example, for us, we have high performances, so we are very popular in terms of DeFi protocols. So I think we are doubling down in terms of the DeFi side and trading side. So yeah, probably the DeFi is the potential sector that Monad is quite focused on. But at the same time, we are not just limiting ourselves to a DeFi as it is. But we are just getting started. So we should focus on getting more TVL, more users, and more DeFi protocols to make people come visit our blockchain. So yeah, that's the part where we are focusing on.
I guess I can speak specifically about the Japanese situation on this because I guess as you, those people coming outside Japan may realize that it's really cheap to stay and eat and have fun in Kyoto because of the yen is kind of in decline. So that should be in a way positive news for crypto and Bitcoin because Japanese, I guess, is kind of more or less losing their faith in the fiat, right? The Japanese yen. And indeed, more than 30 public companies in Japan are now having crypto, Bitcoin, and more than 50 institutional investors in Japan are planning to invest in Bitcoin because they want to diversify their portfolio. Yeah, basically. So I guess, yeah, for this cycle, maybe it's still can be. I mean, no, of course, meme coins and DP and those trends, I'll be looking at very carefully. But in the case of Japan specifically, maybe Bitcoin is also one of the key drivers. It's it's kind of classic one, but now it's not. Yeah, the yen. People say no, it's like 160 yen per dollar, but people say it can reach to 200 or 300 yen. So if that happens, there may be a FOMO from the Japan retail, both retail and the institutional side to block Bitcoin. Yeah.
I think as a layer 2, we are always dedicated to build a more dev-friendly environment. So we are not the one who would chase after the trend, but we are the one who will be very, very adaptive to the trend. So no matter what kind of people try to build on us, we will always have the best tool and best of our environment for them. But I think this is actually a very, very common trend in this cycle. It's actually attention seeking. So sometimes it's not about how good your tech are and how good your security is and how great your smart contract are. I know this is like a fundamental, but how to properly position it in the market and how to properly broadcast this has actually become a very, very key topic and a very, very important in this cycle. Because if you play your social media game right, it's not like even you got the best tech in the space, you will have a lot of volume, you'll have a lot of users, and that's what will make you bring you to the top tier and the top notch. So I think like picking up, like instead of like picking up a trend or chasing after the trend, if you play your social media game right, if you play your attention-seeking game right, you will be the one who actually create the trend or lead the trend. So sort of like reverse your questions. Yeah.
So in this cycle, there's a lot of discussion about AI, AI in combination with blockchain and Web3. So we think that's going to be a trend that's going to stay. Probably next bull cycle, you're going to see a lot more people, doing AI, blockchain, Web3, and all that. So so DomiChain actually is one of the, we're the first blockchain that's using AI for security. I think a lot of these blockchains actually, it's using different purpose. But we are like the pioneer of using AI to secure the blockchain. So I would encourage, the audience, if you're interested in AI, and take a look at our project. And so we're all about high speed and high security. So through using AI, we're making the blockchain more stable and more secure. So we have a way to detect the network pattern using AI, and then really shut down these DDoS attack and some other attacks. So yeah, again, so this trend will continue. We'll continue to work on our project, and hopefully everyone would continue to work on AI stuff and with blockchain.
We don't have a lot of time left, so I'm gonna ask the last question, which is kind of falls back to the whole discussion that we're having about seizing opportunities in this cycle. What would you say is the biggest opportunities this cycle, and then what's your prediction of how 2024 is gonna unfold, and then 2025, and how it's going to start off?
I think the biggest opportunity this year is to, as an investor, I would invest pre-TGE projects and look into more opportunities in the pre-TGE ecosystem projects who are raising at this moment. So probably if you can get into a private round or investment round for the earlier stage ecosystem projects in a promising ecosystem, I believe around next year, mid next year, you will be able to get quite a good return, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, since I'm Solana super team, I would say I would like to I would like to ask people to find opportunities in the Solana ecosystem. Obviously, I guess, probably something I said in the beginning. Probably, I mean, it's nice to have more infrastructures and different layers, but I guess it may be also time to proceed to the next phase, which is actually making products that users use, and those mentality I think is very important, and probably that's something we can think of as an investment theme moving forward. And as to the end of year prediction kind of thing, to be honest, I mean I wish I saw the so Solana. I mean there's gonna be we have a huge event in September in Singapore, and we have a global hackathon that's going to be ending in October. So personally, after October, I would like to slow down a little bit and then just want to enjoy the bull market like fully fledged towards the end of this year. But I mean, I don't. It's just my wish, and I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, non-financial advice. So I think the market is still going to be a little bit more volatile, and it will take some time to consolidate until the end of Q3. And I think I don't have much tips about where you put your money on. I don't want to be that guy who's chill about different stuff on the stage. But my advice is limit your risk and try not to expose too much on derivatives. I have seen people actually got burned hard for playing around with leveraging, over leveraging, and derivatives. And probably like if you are retail investors and you don't have like, do not look into the market on a 24-hour basis, probably spot is your safest option. But I would say like try to be diversified, diverse your portfolio, put your stake at different tracks, different verticals, on a more like a scarce basis. So don't be that guy who lost everything in a volatile market. I know that this is a bull market, but bull market doesn't equal to no volatile. Bull market doesn't mean like up only, right? So a little bit safe tips here. So yeah.
I have 3 pieces of advice for you guys. Number 1, invest in Bitcoin because it's going to be here to stay. So regardless of which entry point you're going to get in, you know you're not going to lose. Eventually, you'll make money back. So invest in Bitcoin. Second, do your homework. Find the project you love, and don't chase like hypes, right? So, everyone else is investing something doesn't mean you have to do it the same thing. So just do your homework, and if you like some project that has value, so go ahead and invest in that. And number 3, so again, limit your risk. I think Carl has a very good point. Don't do leverage, or if you're a trader, do very low leverage, like 2 or 3 times. That's it. So don't overdo it, because you're going to lose money.
I think that sums it up. Seize the opportunity, as we say, but be smart about it. Don't overextend. And yeah, thank you very, very much. We're out of time. I could have spoken with you for like an hour more, but unfortunately we're limited. So thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you guys.
Thank you. Please give them a big applause. 皆様、ご登壇者の皆様に大きな拍手をお送りください。